I'm Kim Bent. I'm the Artistic Director of Lost Station Theater, and I'd like to welcome you back to another installment of Mishaps with Maura. If you actually saw the first installment of this series, you may have thought that we had exhausted perhaps the possibilities of these stories, but there are, in fact, many, many more.
We did Patsy Cline. Kathleen and I did Patsy Cline, and we had a couple of fun things happen.
Right.
With her and I on stage, and one of them was I had this tremendous wig. This, when I saw Sean Sturtevant did the costumes, and when he sent the wig, I realized that this could not be a small woman, because this wig was just its own character, this wig.
You kind of almost made a career out of playing those kinds of characters in a way. I love Lucy kind of character.
Yeah. When I saw the wig, Sean Sturtevant did the costumes, and when he sent the wig, I realized that this could not be a small woman, because this wig was just its own character, this wig.
Big hair wig.
It was a big hair, because she was a Texas girl.
Yeah.
So this took place in my kitchen, and Kathleen came around and I think would give me a hug from the back. And what happened was her earring caught in my wig. So she sort of whispers, "My earring's caught." And of course, there's a whole audience here, and she couldn't get up. And I started just saying like crazy things like, "Oh, there's a world of hurt in my hair. What's one more earring?" And she's trying not to laugh and trying to unhook her hair. And so we had this little tug of war, which of course I can't feel because it's a wig, but it was pretty funny. And then we had this fight with Kleenex, this box of Kleenex that we would sort of throw at each other.
Yeah, that was really fun. It was part of a song.
It was,
yeah,
yes. And then I would pick them up and I'd stuff them all back in the Kleenex box and kind of redecorate the box so it looked like rabbit ears or something. Yeah. We had to do something with the Kleenex.
Another I Love Lucy moment. Right?
Another I Love Lucy moment, yeah. I did have some mishaps in the Dr. Ruth show that I did here.
You want to tell us about that?
Well, the big mishap is I broke my arm.
It's pretty big.
That was a big mishap. The last rehearsal before we opened for previews, I fell on stage and broke my arm and my wrist. So this was 3:00 in the afternoon, and we had a 7:30 curtain, and we had 120 reservations for that night.
Preview performance.
Yes.
At the very beginning of the film. The first time in front of an audience.
They called an ambulance, and I was taken by ambulance to the emergency room. And because I was in the middle of the show when it happened, I kind of never let go of Dr. Ruth.
The character.
Yeah, so I kept talking like her in the ambulance and in the emergency room. So
kind of just took it into shock.
I think I was in shock or adrenaline, and it wasn't like I made a purposeful decision to do this. I think because it was in the middle of the scene where it happened, I just was still in her head. And plus I was freaking out because we had a curtain and an audience in 4 hours. I was so focused on getting out of there to get back to the theater that I just was talking like, all right, I don't know what we're doing, but we have to hurry, okay? Okay, I have 2 hours and I must be back at the theater because we have an audience coming tonight and I have no understudy, okay? So what are you going to do? Oh, we're doing x-rays, excellent, let's go, come on, hurry up, let's go. And so I did that through the ambulance and the emergency room. So they were either going to discharge me or call a psych consult.
Yeah.
But we went through the script when we were up there and made adjustments to what I had to do on stage. There was a lot of packing.
Yeah, the stage manager went with
Yes.
you in the ambulance.
There was a lot of packing and a lot of movement in the play, and so we added tabs to books, and we used bubble wrap rather than paper. That's kind of the only adjustments that we made, and I got splinted, and I did break it. I broke my arm and my wrist. They splinted me up. I was out of there by 6:15. I was back here at 6:30, and we did the show at 7:30.
Yeah.
And we didn't make an announcement or anything to
Just
the audience.
came on with the wrapped up arm.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people thought it was just part of the show.
Sure.
So they were a little surprised after the show when I came out and I still had the cast on. So that was pretty insane, you know. I think adrenaline is an amazing drug.
Do you remember, did you have anything, so you were doing the run through in the afternoon and then you went right to the hospital. Did you have a chance to eat anything, or were you?
I don't think so.
You were just working on adrenaline.
I think I was, I think I had an Advil.
Yeah.
You know, I was afraid to take anything
Yeah.
stronger. And I remember Kathleen, who directed the show, she put a tech person in the audience in case I needed to, like, stop or sit down or leave or something, you know.
Yeah.
And of course, in the show, I get up on this platform and then I get off this platform onto a stool. And so when I did that, literally every night I did that, you could hear all of the tech people intake their breath, you know. So, which wasn't helping me because I could hear them go. I'm like, I'm fine, stop.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So one night in after Ruth, we had pictures up on a bookcase. There was pictures of my kids, and they got knocked off one night. Frame came down, and the frame broke. I think the glass was okay, but the frame broke, and I just again didn't really lose a beat. You know, I just said, "Oh no, are you all right? Are you all right?" And I picked it up and I kissed them and made sure they were okay. You know.
It seems at the time like, you know, breaking your arm is probably as bad as it gets, right? As far as, you know, having to deal with something, and yet the show still goes on.
Yes.
And
I think theater has always existed around any tragedy and any conflict, and so there'll be a way that you'll make it happen,
we will.
you know.
So many shows, so many mishaps.